Hello, this is the Wild Earth Child YouTube channel, here with another reading. This is going to be on what can you do to improve your life. We have 3 piles again. Your pile will be in the time description below, so, reflect on which one you think you're being called to the most. You could pick more than one pile. And I'll see you at your timestamp. Alright, pile 1. Don't mind the Hello Kitty in front of her body because YouTube doesn't like harmless human bodies, I guess. So your overall vibe was release, setting oneself free. So we're going to see what that is about. I'm going to start with... I'm going to do the Moonology first. Let's see what your advice is on setting yourself free. Releasing. What is pile 1? What can pile 1 do to improve their life? I almost forgot what this video was. Show the world the real you. What could pile 1 do to improve their life? Fiery climax approaches. Maybe tap into that fiery side of you. Conclusions are within reach. Meditate and contemplate. Look at that. Yeah, so there's a need to maybe for more authenticity. Tap into not being afraid to be ourselves, even if it's not the popular, thing to be. Even if the things we like aren't necessarily the popular choice, or the things we want to do isn't necessarily a popular choice, or people have certain expectations of us that maybe we just don't live up to because we're not living for you, honey. Sorry, I don't know who told you that you get demand over my life. 'Cause it ain't, no. I think there's definitely a need for, sort of taking control of your own destiny here. Maybe releasing the expectations of others, releasing judgment or the fear of people's opinions. Because guess what? People are always going to have a problem with whatever you do. There's always going to be somebody that has an issue because truly the issue's within themselves and they just chose you as their target for the day. And even if you did exactly what everyone else told you they wanted you to do, there would still be a problem with it. So I think maybe there's a need to really live your life for you. Start tapping into your true fiery self, maybe? Meditate on who you really are. Okay, we're gonna do the Stranger Things deck. I'm already getting right off the bat. Releasing fear, releasing people's, just releasing yourself from people's control, the High Priestess. Ooh. That would be 6 of Swords. Maybe travel is a huge thing that could be helping you improve your life. Maybe taking some, a vacation or a time away, or maybe moving. That is 7 of Wands. The Hermit. Yeah, taking time to reflect and be introspective and think about what it is that I want. Who is it that I am? Where is it that I want to go? And accepting the fact that you're allowed to change your mind on those things. Then we have 9 of Wands there. King of Pentacles reversed. So you could be needing to improve your finances. Maybe your job isn't paying you enough, or maybe there's a certain like side hustle you've been thinking about doing, or a business you've been thinking about starting that you're just procrastinating and pushing it off. And maybe out of fear, I keep getting that. I think that's a theme for this one, is fear. Self-doubt, fear of failure. Let me tell you something. We are all going to fail. We are all going to have moments of failure. And there's no way that when we start something new, or when we really go after things and like have the guts to do it, there's no way you just succeed and that's it. And oh, look, smooth sailing from here on out. It just doesn't happen. The most successful people in the world have had to go through trials and tribulations. And there's a need for persistence and resilience and not listening to other people. I keep getting that very strongly here. There's a need to like live for you. And that's not saying that like you're a bad person or you're doing it wrong necessarily, but you're just not being your best self, because you're not being your truest self. You're not really listening to yourself. You're listening to everybody else, or maybe what you think everybody else wants from you or thinks of you or whatever it is. And there's a need to just like let that all go. There's a huge need to just release, literally, look at that. Release people's opinions of you, or maybe potential opinions that maybe you created in your own head. Tap into your own intuition. What is it that you want? Do you want to live here? Do you want to be in this relationship? Do you want to be a parent? Whatever it is, there's a need to really sit back and look at what it is, where does you want to go in your life? What is it you want to do? Who do you want to be? And who are you now? Is who you are who you're acting like, or who you're living to please? Are you living to please your mom's expectations, your boyfriend's expectations, or what you perceive the guy you like's expectations would be? There's a need to like really step into like, all right, this is me and you deal with it. This is my choice and you deal with it, because guess what? This is my life. There's a need for sure to start living for you. All right. I feel like this is going to be a shorter video. Hope you guys don't mind that. Let me see if I can get, let's see, what do I want to do? I guess I'll pull from the Divine Feminine Oracle, get some advice about what we want to do here. What does pile 1 need to do to improve their life? Freya, I hope I'm saying that right. The goddess of discernment. Look at that. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. I'm telling you, I was tapping into something there. There's a need to start living for you. Don't just go along with things because you don't want to rock the boat. Don't just go along with things because it seems like it'll keep the peace. If it's creating a war in yourself, you're not doing it. You're avoiding that. Who wants to go to war? What? Then we have Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So maybe balancing out our head and our heart, our logic and our intuition. Kilanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Yeah, I do think that there's a need to like set yourself free here from the shackles of whatever it is in your life that's holding you back. And maybe there's a need for you to sit back and look at what that might be, because it's gonna be different for all of you. There might be some stuff to really look back and reflect on, and like, what am I, like, even just like after your many interactions with people, how was I coming off in that situation? Was what I was saying out loud or allowing to happen in the outer world actually what my inner world is at peace with? Sarah Lakali, Queen of the Outsiders, I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. So you might be somebody who's also naturally like, you know, not conventional. And this is the perfect channel for you if that's the case, because hello, this is the channel of unconventionality. Nothing here is normal. Okay, this is the Wild Earth Child. Things are a little chaotic sometimes. Things are a little bit non-traditional, and that's how we like it. All right? That's the best part of us, because we're different, we're unique. You don't find us everywhere. Got it? Period. Okay? There's a need to tap into that what makes you unique. Being unique is your strength. The things that set you apart from everybody else is your strength. Oh, this one might be a little bit hard. Vajrayogini or Rayogini. Oh Lord, that was a rough one. Vajrayogini, I hope is right. The essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Again, liberation. There's a need to set ourselves free here. Lakshmi, I think. The goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. So yeah, there's a need for you to exude just this energy in you, this magnetism of like, I know everything's gonna work out for me. Regardless of who's by my side and who's not. I know I'm fine as long as I'm authentic, as long as I'm following what I truly think is best for me. So I think, yeah, there's a need to be authentic. There's a need to set ourselves free. There's a need to stop people pleasing. There's a need to sit back and be like, okay, you know what? Who am I? Does what I'm doing now in life reflect who that is? And maybe you don't know who you are, and maybe you have to find it. It's going to be different for everybody. But there's definitely a need for authenticity, getting in touch with ourselves, and finding who we are. And then exuding that unapologetically, no matter who is cool with it and who is not. That's not your problem. Period. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave this reading here, Pile 1. I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, if you chose the grounding card for Pile 2, this is gonna be your reading. We're just gonna get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Moonology. I'm gonna pull a few cards for this. What does Pile 2 need to do to improve their life? Ooh. Emotions are running high. Work through your fears. Bring love into the situation. So there could be a need to like take a step back right now, just sort of like go into solitude and really I think really take care of yourself right now. Really reflect, maybe journal. Hold on, I need my water. Whoa, that was a sound. Okay, don't mind if you can hear that banging outside my window. I just, whatever. This is the chaotic corner, okay? So, whatever. All right. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to, I think there's a need for you to, like, sort of spend time with yourself right now. Be contemplative. Really think about, I don't know, I think there's things to heal here. I think there's things that are triggering you in everyday life that maybe you're not really addressing. Maybe some insecurities. I think I also get the sense that you're a little bit hard on yourself. Like, I just feel like this chaos in your energy of just, like, again, like, this is a perfect card for this. Like, there's a need for grounding here. It feels very ungrounded. Like, a lot of anxiety. I think there's a need to be gentle with ourselves here too. I think that there's a bit of a, just being hard on yourself. Like, I think too hard. Too many expectations that you're setting for yourself that is, like, creating way too much internal chaos. But also at the same time, I think that there's things that are going on when you interact with other people that's triggering you, that's not putting you in the best place. I just feel like being around other people right now is like, there's like a high volume of being triggered. Like, just, I don't know. I'm gonna pull the tarot. Let's see. Let's see, what does pile 2 need to do to improve their life? That would be Ace of Cups, I'm pretty sure. 3 Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Cups. Yep. Yep, it is. Okay. So I am getting, for a lot of you, there is, like, a job that you're at right now that's just not cutting it. Or there's some sort of, like, there's something about your job that is not making you happy. You're not really loving what's going on right now. You could be, maybe for some of you, you could be trying to find a job right now, and it's getting really frustrating because you're not hearing back from anybody. If that is the case, there's a need for patience here. Queen of Cups. Five of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it seems like there's a conflict around finances, around, like, work or something. Or could be maybe someone you're working with or collaborating with in some way. That could be probably who's triggering some of you. For some of you, that could be the situation. Like, there's some sort of conflict here. Oh, some of you could have a love at work situation, and it's causing a lot of, like, confusion and, like, chaos and uncertainty, and there could be a lot of, like, weird hot and cold, back and forth type of tension. Let's see. What can you do? What's on the back of this? Death reverse. So you could be going back round and round in cycles with something, with someone, or something. I do feel like for a lot of you, there's finances involved, regardless of what this is. So this is going to be different for everybody. This could be just a job. It could be a boss at work. It could be someone you're collaborating with. It could be someone you are in a partnership with. It could be somebody you are interested in at work or have a connection with at work. Or it could be someone you have kids with. Like, I'm getting like a lot of different dynamics here. But no matter what, there's a situation here of collaborating with someone and finances are involved regardless. And it feels like whoever you're dealing with, it's sort of like a my way or the highway kind of attitude that they have. Or maybe you could have. It could, take it how it resonates. But, I think right now, how to improve your life. I think right now, taking a step back from the situation. So I know for some of you, in some cases, that might not be super realistic as far as physically. But I think there is a need to sort of reflect on the situation, give yourself a chance to just sit in your own energy and think about where this is going. Is this benefiting you? Is this giving you peace of mind? Like, I feel chaos. Like, there might be a need to, like, really redirect your energy, maybe relocate your job, maybe relocate in general, maybe take a break from somebody. There's just like a lot of different possibilities here. But I do feel like there's a need, regardless of your situation, to step back and look at things more objectively, even if you can't physically, take yourself out of the situation. When you do have a chance away from the situation, when you're not fucking drained from it, to really sit and think, like, reflect on it. Did I handle that situation well? Is this working? Is, whatever it might be. Because I am getting a vibe of, like, there's a cycle here. Regardless of your situation, there's a back and forth, around and around and around, and things aren't changing. So I think there's a need to self-reflect on, is this serving me? Is this job serving me? Is this person serving me? Is this partnership serving me? Regardless of that, if that's romantic, friendship, or work. There's a need to self-reflect and think about what it is that you want from the situation, or what is it that should be coming from the situation and maybe isn't. Okay, I'm gonna pull from the Divine Feminine deck just for your advice to see what can you do to improve your life. What can you do to improve your life? Oh, I got this one before in another group. Or maybe the only other group I did. I have such a hard time with this one. Vareogini? Something like that. the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Thekla, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. So yeah, maybe there's a lot of codependency going on between you and somebody else. Or maybe there's a need to step back and take your identity out of whatever's going on here. Because you might be like, it could be that like work's your entire identity and your entire thing. And maybe there's a need to step back and realize like, I need some other areas of my life to really put focus on and improve. And then we have Saint Bridget. Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. So there is a need for definite self-focus right now to maybe stop downplaying yourself so much and allowing people to walk all over you. There's a need for like maybe not, this is similar to pile 1 too, but maybe not people please or worry about everyone else's feelings, and maybe think about what is best for you. And that could be something that's a hard decision to make. It could end up being something that's a little bit hurtful to have to go through with or let go of or whatever it is, but it would be the best thing for your higher self. So there's a need for you to sit back with yourself and think, what is best for me here? And proceed however that might be. And, take out the splinters one by one, But pile 2, that is your reading. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye. Okay, so if you chose pile 3, you have the discipline card. Consistent effort and order. Let's get right to it. We're going to pull some Moonology advice right off the bat. What can you do to improve your life? Pile 3. Ooh, we're dropping stuff already. Here we go. Okay. Welcome to the chaotic corner. This is the Wild Earth Child. Confidence is key to your success. It's time to take action. Okay. I feel like that aligns already with discipline. Ooh. There's a need for some fiery energy here for sure. Communication is key. Okay. Where did that card go? Okay. So yeah, there's a need to take action here. Maybe that's like on personal endeavors. Maybe there's things that you've been avoiding that you need to do, or that you want to do and you just keep procrastinating on it. Now is the time. Now is the time to take these actions. Whether that's on your fitness, your health in general, catch up on your appointments if you're a little overdue with the dentist, the doctor, whoever. Get your finances in order, make that money, go after that new career goal, apply for that new job. There's a need for some change. There's a need for some discipline, some action. It's an action-oriented time. It's time for you to do for yourself. And to make sure you're in touch with what that is. Am I just doing things because I think I'm supposed to, or am I doing things because I want to go after this and this will improve my life. This will do me favors. This will take me where I want to go. So let's pull the tarot and see. Ooh, all right. Okay. What can pile 3 do to improve their life? Page of Pentacles. So like I said, start that business for those of you that have been thinking about it. King of Pentacles. Wow. So money, money, money must be funny in a rich man's world. Mom, I am a rich man. Don't we want to say that? Don't we want to be able to say that? And then 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, wow. Okay. Money is a big focus here. There's a need to get to the money. I think there's also a need to let go of what other people are thinking, because what you might have a certain goal that's like, to other people they see it as unrealistic because they have self-limiting beliefs of themselves. Look at that 10 of Pentacles right there. There's a need to not let anyone get in your way right now. 6 of Swords, the Hierophant. Look at that. 6 of Swords is literally all about movement. For some of you, you could have to move for a job that you are potentially wanting, but it seems it seems like for this group, there's a need to take risks. So whether that's applying for the job that you might not get, or starting the YouTube channel that you don't know if anyone's going to watch it, or whatever it might be, there's a need to take a risk here. There's a need to step out of our comfort zone. There's a need to go after what we've been sitting on and what we've been thinking about that we haven't taken action on. Now is the time, especially for those of you where we're in like where you're in a certain hemisphere where the seasons are starting to change now and things are getting warmer. Like, now is the time to like get motivated, get things moving. That could be your physical health. That could be your mental health. That could be your finances. That could be your personal goals, your career goals. There's a need to move. Take the risks. Do not fear the failure, because no matter what, there's times where we all will fail. And if we just quit it there, well then you get to end it on a note of failing. And why would you do that? You gotta get up. Even if it's, you take a little break, take a few days off, and then you get back on the horse, you know what I mean? So there's a need to not give up here, and there's a need to fearlessly go after what you want, unapologetically. Go after what you want, and be patient too, because discipline takes a lot of patience. Things don't just like happen overnight. Discipline is something that builds up over time. They say it takes 2 weeks to actually build a habit. And I think there's a need for that mentality here, for some patience. Know that things they don't happen instantly. They never do for anybody. Even if seemingly someone's an overnight success, it's not true. It's just, that's not the case. And even people who achieve success somewhat quickly, sometimes there's no longevity there, you know? You need a solid foundation. So there's a need right now to really build up your discipline, your discernment. Instead of going out with your friends when they want to go out and drink, you stay home and you work on your, whatever it is, your craft, your creations, your mental state, your emotional state. There's a need for discipline, and there's a need for just go. Just go. Once you go, no one's getting in your way. They can't get in your way because you are so focused on your prize, whatever that might be for you. But there's a bit of a need for somewhat, not too much, a little bit of tunnel vision right now. It's time to like really pinpoint and focus in on the stuff that like you might have been avoiding a bit. The things that you really want to improve on and get together. I feel like for this group, you know exactly what it is that you need to be focusing on right now and that you want to improve in your life. And my answer to you here is just do it. Just start it. Just get it rolling. Give it time, give it patience, but get it rolling. Once it starts rolling, there's a momentum. Things will get easier. And sometimes, we get off course. We get right back on. Might take some time, but we get right back on course and we just go. So there's a need for you to just do it. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Okay? We're going to do the Divine Feminine. We're going to do some cards for advice on this. I have some of these upside down for some reason, but I'll fix it after. Aridne, Mistress of the Labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. Exactly. Listen to your intuition, because I think you already know what it is that you need to be doing right now. And there's a need to just literally do it. Kali, the mother of the universe. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Yes. Rita of Caskia. The patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything there is light, and I am that light. Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protective. I am held in love at all times. And then there's a Rabbiah, the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. Okay. So, pile 3, that is your reading on what you can do to improve your life. I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!